There's this authenticity and uniqueness to Pasifika, Māori and Asian Rangatahi when they go into university, because they bring so much colour into every space that they bring, and so many amazing experiences and perspectives. So for us it's all about empowering youth to see themselves represented in higher education, to push themselves into higher education and know that they belong there, they deserve there. Yeah, you should be sharing it, and that's like, we want to create a village system where it's like what's mine is yours and what's theirs is ours, and
that's very Pacific too, like we're very much about the collective, not the individual as well.
So I reckon the fifth reason is to support the idea of, giving back to your communities in whatever way you can.
Kia ora e te whānau. I'm so excited to be back with you for season 7 of Voice of Aroha, and I have the incredible pleasure and excitement of chatting to these incredible wahine today. How are you both? And tell us who you are.
Awesome. I'm doing good. I'll do a little introduction. Kia ora tātou katoto I te aroa maata o te atua. Ko Meilani tōku ingoa, ko Kā tōku me tua tāne, e tangata no Enua Manu, ko Joanna tōku me tua vaine, no Paratāne mai aia. Ko Payne tōku ingoa ko tangata, kia ora e kia manuia. Kia ora, my name's Meilani, and I am one of the co-directors of the Shooting Stars program.
Hey.
Your turn, Maddie.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you for having us. Mā lola sui fua, kia ora. Ko piripiri te maunga, ko wai tohi te awa, ko toku maru te waka, ko wai kawa te marae, ko te ati awa me Ngāti Hāmoa oku iwi, and ko Madelaine Little tōku ingoa. Talofa lava, my name is Madelaine Little, and I'm also one of the co-directors of the Shooting Stars program and the show Taula.
It is so lovely to have you guys on the show. Thank you so much. It is so exciting. What is the Shooting Stars program?
You can take this one.
Okay, so the Shooting Stars program is a Pasifika initiative. It's an performing arts program that was, I guess, established last year. So that was kind of our first, I guess you could call it, season. And Carl ki te rangi kind of established this with the help of Wellington City Council. As you know, every year, annually, the Pasifika Festival is on in February. So he wanted a Pasifika initiative to also kind of be part of that festival, and that's kind of how Shooting Stars was birthed. Yeah.
How did you guys get into it?
So Kaukitirangi is my dad. I'm a nipple baby. I claim it. And Maddie's been my best friend since we were year 4. Yeah, so 8 years old. So she's kind of like my soul sister.
We call each other soul sister all the time.
And so my dad is her dad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm also a nipple baby.
So we kind of came onto the project. So my dad thought of the project through working through the Pasifika Festival. He wanted to have a youth initiative to do with performing arts that was inexpensive and accessible. And so, did he just kind of ask us?
Yeah, I mean, I remember the way I kind of got involved with it. You just sent me a message and you're like, hey, my dad's running a Pasifika acting program in the summer. Do you want to be part of it? I was like, okay, I'm not working. So, of course, theatre, Pasifika, and that's kind of how I got into it through you.
I think we all knew that it was something we're passionate about, and just, I think through a couple of text messages, that was that. And it's been, we're going into our second-ish year now.
Yeah, almost a year ago now was when we first started rehearsals for our first kind of family and friends show. Yeah. So it's cool that we're now kind of performing at the Hannah Playhouse. It's almost like a step up from that initial performance. Yeah. It's really exciting. Yeah.
It sounds so exciting. Do you want to tell us about when it is, where it is, and a little bit more about what it is?
Yeah. Sure. So it's going to be at the Hannah Playhouse, like Maddie said. Yes. So on the 5th of February, we have our family and friends viewing. And then on Saturday the 7th, so pretty much straight after the Pasifika Festival at Waitangi Park, you can meander over, and from 7 till 8:30 we'll be performing Taula, and the family and friends viewing is also 7 till 8:30. In terms of the actual story itself, we wanted to have a story that highlighted Indigenous academic success, because too often, you know, statistics and news stories and just like kind of societal rhetoric always talks about, you know, the underperformance of Pasifika students and Māori and Asian rangatahi. But we wanted to highlight that we're smart, we deserve to be in higher tertiary institutions, we make it far, we achieve and we succeed. And so to combat, you know, everything that's kind of been set against and misrepresenting us in our beautiful brains, we wanted to create a story that talked about these individuals navigating their own personal life, so church and cultural obligations and family, but also how they also navigate a Western institution, how do they figure out where they belong, who they are, what their identity means to them, and how they kind of walk between those two worlds of academics and also their own cultural and familial context. Yeah, hopefully I explained that well.
Yeah, definitely. And also I think a lot of times, I think especially Pasifika people may feel like they have to, I mean maybe not so much now, but may feel like they have to kind of sacrifice their culture in order to kind of go after their education, but you can actually take your culture with you and represent your people while also pursuing higher education as well. They're not exclusive things.
Yeah, a lot of times there's a phrase that comes up in like Pacific education programs and scholarships and stuff around not leaving your culture at the door. And I feel like if I was going to put our show into one kind of phrase, it would be that it's about bringing your culture with you and how it actually enhances your academic journey and creates so many opportunities. And yeah, there's this authenticity and uniqueness to Pasifika, Māori and Asian rangatahi when they go into university, because they bring so much colour into every space that they bring, and so many amazing experiences and perspectives. So for us it's all about empowering youth to see themselves represented in higher education, to push themselves into higher education and know that they belong there, they deserve there, and that they're worthy.
Definitely.
Wow, that is so cool. That's amazing. Like that's so cool.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. Yeah, and sorry. And just so relevant for right now as well. Like it sounds like you're like converging so many different cool like ideas and challenges and kind of bringing these really, really useful like just useful kōrero to the fore that like kind of we need to be like thinking about. And it sounds like you've just got, there's so much rich material there.
Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like when we talk about the themes of the play, it just sounds like we're doing so many random things, but hopefully when you guys come and see it, you see it actually kind of fluidly kind of weave together like a kete, because like we can say like, oh, it's got all these themes, but you know it might be hard to figure out what that will be like. But I mean, the themes are obviously like Indigenous academic success, intergenerational transmission of knowledge, in terms of like how do our elders pass on knowledge to us, how do they pass on their skills, their traditions, but also thinking about spirituality. So where do our ancestors fit in our everyday lives? And for Indigenous people, your ancestors aren't, you know, someone above or below or something that's intangible, I guess is the right word. It is something tangible. It's not, it's a different realm, but they're with us. And we also wanted to represent that in our stories, that the people that have passed on are very much still active in our lives. And they want to know what's going on. They want to guide us. And we like to think that we've tried to make it as kind of Indigenous centered and from an Indigenous lens as possible, and hopefully we achieve that, but let us know.
Come to the show, guys.
And it's completely free, right?
Yes, completely free.
Amazing. Where does everyone get tickets?
So I think it's a Ticketek link, but if you look up Tola on the Hannah Playhouse website, you'll see it. But tickets are free. And how often is it easy to find a show that's free? I think, you know, obviously the arts deserve so much more. But for people that want to, you know, first step into, I want to give like watching plays a go, I want to maybe start getting into that space, I feel like it's a really good introduction where it's inexpensive, you can just show up, there's no strings attached, and then hopefully from there you keep supporting Wellington
Yeah.
theatre and performing arts and things like that, because it's
And anyone can be a theatre goer too. It's not just the Wellington, I guess, like theatre community. Like
Yeah.
we really want to make it accessible for anyone,
Mm.
even if you've never been to the theatre before. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds epic. I'm definitely going to come along, and I'm so excited, and I
Yes.
hope everyone who's listening and watching definitely gets their ticket as well, because it sounds like such an epic place. And I think also, like, a lot of the themes you were talking about, so relevant and definitely, as you say, like would have been experienced really strongly by Māori, Pasifika and Asian youth and just people in general. But also I think a lot of probably anyone who's kind of in a marginalised community at some point
Exactly.
will resonate with a lot of the themes in terms
Yeah.
of being like, there's a rhetoric that's kind of been spoken about you, or, you know, in terms of not achieving or not thinking that you can succeed in the world, but actually kind of regaining that power and recognising
Exactly.
I can do it. I was just wondering, if it's not too personal, did you guys feel like some of that was came from your own personal journeys, both of you guys, because you're done and doing tertiary education right now, eh?
Yeah, I think for sure. I think the story is definitely, I guess, loosely inspired with some parts from our own kind of experience. I guess my experience, I did theatre, and there weren't a lot of Pasifika or Māori people in my theatre class, and I didn't see it necessarily as oh my gosh, I'm the only Pasifika person, but you can't help but notice it. So I think with this show, it kind of, I guess, lets people know that even if there is one of you, like, that shouldn't stop you from going after what you want to go after. Yeah.
It's beautiful. How about you,
Yeah.
Meilani? Yeah.
Yeah, so I do psychology, so I finished my undergrad and now I'm doing masters. And in our master's year, there was only 3 or 4 Pasifika students and only a couple Māori as well. And when I was doing uni, you know, I saw the lack of Māori and Pasifika representation and support. So I actually co-founded the Pacific Psychology Students Association.
That's so cool.
Because I think it is very linked to our play in the sense that it's like you see the gap, and sometimes, you know, other people fill that gap for you, but sometimes when you see it so clearly, sometimes you have to be the one to start it. And, you know, you'll always think like, oh, I wish I had this, but at the end of the day, it's like, if you see a need, you have to fill it. And so that's kind of what I did with the association. I think it's going into its 4th year now. And it's also open to any like people of color or anything like that. We're very much not like close the door or whatever. Yeah, we just wanted to create a space where everyone was welcome, and that it was done by, for, and with Indigenous people who just wanted to see more going through to masters and beyond. But circling back to our show, I think in terms of going through university, I definitely didn't really meet too many Pasifika or Māori people in my classes, and if I did, they were instantly my besties, because I was like, you're coming home with me because there's no one else. But obviously I have to note that I have a lot of white privilege, and I'm white passing, so obviously it would have been a lot more easier because of how institutions are set up for me to go through university. But internally I definitely felt that where do I kind of fit thing, where other people that kind of get my values and traditions and understand me the most.
This is actually something that's kind of unrelated but also related at the same time. So a couple of years ago, May and I kind of created our own podcast on Instagram called Navigating the Space in Between. And what May was touching on there, kind of, I guess, being mixed race, being Pasifika, and then being Palangi or whatever other culture you are, it kind of is navigating that space in between. So you do feel like you can, I guess, get by and still feel somewhat of a belonging, but then there's also something missing there, which is usually that cultural kind of aspect as well. So I think that's been something that May and I have had a lot of conversations about, and I think in our identity we've been able to relate a lot to, I wouldn't call it a struggle, but I guess just that feeling. So when it's actually come to bring our own experiences into the show, I feel like that's actually really helped us.
Yeah, and my dad is Cook Islands Māori and Pākehā as well, and so even though he's more brown presenting and so would have experienced, interpersonal racism and things like that, he also has always felt like, how do you, my dad's Irish and my mum's Aotearoa, like how do I honour both, but also how do I kind of navigate my worlds and things like that. So I think we all kind of had such a kind of collective experience, and I think a lot of Pasifika and Māori and Asian nowadays are mixed, or are in lots of different communities as well, so you're always kind of feeling like there's a bit of a pull and push kind of moment. But I think because we came from the same experiences and values, that it was very easy to kind of write from our experience but not make it personal, but more of like a general kind of overview of what it's like to walk between different worlds. And that's the same for people who grew up in the islands and have moved to New Zealand and are working between how do I how do I stay in contact with family back home, but how do I kind of make my own community here. I think anyone really has an experience of walking in between worlds.
Definitely.
And I think that's again one of the key messages of our play, and I think at the heart of everything we do is making people feel that their experiences are understood and that they're represented. Yeah.
That's so beautiful. I mean, I feel like I'm very convinced, but
yes, I used to do debating. So
I'm seeing it, for anyone who for some reason isn't yet already convinced, what's one more reason, or why should people come to? Is it Taula? So it's
Taula, which means anchor in Samoan.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to talk about the name, or why is it called anchor, and why should people come? Yeah.
Oh, sure. So like I said, Taula means anchor in Samoan, and without giving too much away, in the story, there are a few characters that kind of serve as an anchor, whether that have to do with culture or passing on traditions. That's all I'm going to say about that, because I don't want to give it away too much.
No spoilers.
No spoilers, not here. But that's kind of how the name Taula was given to the show. And sorry, what was the...
if people already aren't convinced, why should they come? Why should they come to see it, Taula?
It's free. It's colourful. It's
she's cooking. Sentence really quick.
It's
I need to get my twin energy. It's colourful. It's free. It's by, for, with Pasifika, Asian and Māori rangatahi. Also, like, even if you don't fit into those communities, like, obviously there's a lot of intersectionality. If you're from those cultures, like, you might be in the queer community or the disabled community, neurodivergence, so forth. And so it's for, everyone to feel represented. But I also strongly encourage people who don't come from those communities to maybe get a little taster of what it is like to be in those communities, because we want a space where people can come in and can start a conversation. And speaking of that, brings me to something I need to talk about.
Okay, segue.
Is a lot of times when you go to theatre shows, you leave with all these unanswered questions. You're like, I want to know why they did that and what happened there and that kind of stuff. But in a Pasifika fashion, at the end of our shows, we have a talanoa. So we get the audience members to ask questions about the show or anything. Like if they want to ask our stage managers like Reformation and Amy, how was that process, never doing this before and coming in, or to us, like, how did you go about writing the story and so forth. So we wanted to create an environment where if you're from those communities or not, you can come in and you can actually learn a lot about people's experiences, but also like have some questions. Obviously keep them positive and empowering, it's a safe space, but it just gives you the opportunity to understand other people, to kind of, ask those questions, to help you understand the story more, what kind of inspired it and stuff like that. And I think the talanoa is like a really, one of the reasons why you should come is because it gives you that opportunity to ask questions, to have a conversation, to know that the audience and the actors and managers, even though there is that var between them, that we're all interconnected, you can ask questions. It's your stories just as much as it's ours. Yeah. And so we want, to have open conversations about what it's like to be Indigenous going into education and succeeding and it being an empowering, positive thing, but also like what it took to get there. so I think if we haven't told you already, the Talanoa is our third point.
Yes, the Talanoa is such a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I was like, it sounds so cool. Probably coming up to some of the last questions. I just want to know quickly, if possible, what has it meant for you guys to be involved in this? Like, what has the journey been like for you guys?
Well, it's been really fulfilling and really rewarding. So just to give a little bit of context, majority of our rehearsals are actually held at Mana College in Porirua. I actually was a Mana College student, and I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud to have gone to Mana College. Oh, I was really proud to have gone to Mana College. I'm proud to be from Porirua, so being able to actually go back to my old stomping grounds, and be able to contribute and serve and tautua in that way has been so awesome. Not only that, but being able to do this with Meilani, my best friend, just adds like another layer to it. So yeah, like, it makes me emotional, but no, being able to do this with her has been really special. I feel so blessed. Yeah.
That's hard to follow,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
I think it means a lot to me because I remember at the start of this year when we were going into our second year of it, I remember my dad asking me like, oh, should we run auditions and things like that? And I was like, I think you've forgotten what it's all about. It's giving aspiring, inexperienced young people the opportunity to do performing arts. A lot of times you have to be close to where it's located. If that's a playhouse, if it's a dance studio, you have to have the money. You also have to have the connections. Whereas it means a lot for us to be a part of this project because we're bringing it to them. You know, we're providing food. We're creating a community. Now they're all besties. I was like, the other day they were like, oh, we just hung out and did this. And I'm like,
Where's the invite?
hold on. next time. But like, it's just so cool to be part of something that is so accessible. They don't pay a dime. They literally pay nothing. They're fed. They go home spiritually fed,
they get
emotionally
rides.
fed, socially fed. You know, got to do the te whare tapawha while I'm at it. And yeah, it's just so cool to be part of something that's so rare to find but so special and so needed. And obviously do it with two of the most important people in my life. And got a shout out before I forget, Zoe and Stephen from Wellington City Council. So they've been real driving forces for this, working with the Pasifika Festival, backing us up since day one, booking the Hannah Playhouse a year in advance.
Wow.
Like
Before
they've just been before we even knew what was next. They've been very much like kind of just supporting us from the background and making this as easy as possible, using their networks and stuff. I think at the end of the day, everyone involved has just this genuine want to see more Māori, Pacific and Asian rangatahi in performing arts, to give people the opportunity to give it a go. And these kids, man, are so talented. One of our students, she just got accepted into Toi Whakaari.
Love you, Hazel.
Wow. Yeah, shout out Hazel, my Cook Island queen. And the rest of them, like even in a year of since the last performance, they've been involved in like 2-3 productions each. It's reconsidering
crazy.
what they're studying. Like they're just like, anytime I'm there and they're singing and they're acting, I'm like teared up and like, this is what it's about. It's giving people access and not making them pay a dime, for them to just show what they have, to express their talents, and for them to reap the benefits. It's not about us, you know, taking advantage of them. What we get back is just seeing them flourish and the fulfillment that comes with that. And yeah, I feel like
the growth is crazy.
I know,
even like their confidence levels, and that just shows like if you have resources that are accessible, like they're just gonna like May said, I love that word, flourish. And being able to see that in such a short amount of time it's really emotional, actually.
I know, and that's why we're so grateful for like Wellington City Council for providing us like the funding to, you know, provide kai to pick people up. Like I'm going from Upper Hutt, Churina Park, Cannon Street, Whitby, and then to Mana College. Thank
all
you
around.
for the petrol money. But like if we didn't have their backing, like it would have just been an idea. But with Wellington City Council, we've been able to have that funding to keep it going and keep expanding it and things like that. Honestly, like every practice I like walk away and I'm like, that's what I needed. My dopamine.
This is it.
Yeah, we're very proud mothers, even though they're like only a couple years younger than us.
It literally feels like they're our children in a way, and it's really exciting because for a lot of them, it's actually like, for some of them it's their debut performance, or if it wasn't this coming performance in February, it was last year. So for a lot of them, this is their first time on a stage.
Yeah, and
it's crazy.
And the level of character development, like some of our actors went from being so reserved and anxious and shy to now they're like being able to play a mum angry at their daughter, and I'm like, whoa, you're scaring me. I'm shaking in my boots.
No, literally, like they add so much flavor and depth into these characters. It's been so awesome to see, that growth. In such a short amount of time.
Yeah, and I think some of that comes back to like the training, we provide, but also my dad having like been at and taught at Toi Whakaari and worked in the film industry. He's provided such amazing training for these kids, free going out to them, and then plus us who have done theatre ourselves. Like, these are really talented kids, but we're very lucky to have the resources and the experience and skills to build them up into Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt.
No, exactly.
But like Pasifika, Māori and Asian.
Yeah.
We'll stop rambling.
No, it's the most amazing kaupapa, and just also such a beautiful gift that you guys have given to the community, especially like talking about the relationships. It's like, it sounds like you've built your own kind of like whānau there and stuff like that through the beautiful work. And so also I'm hearing that's another reason to go watch this amazing play.
Number 4.
Reason number 4, supporting the growth, development, and just like Pasifika, Māori and Asian actors in New Zealand in general. It's like Aotearoa needs more of us, and so by coming along and supporting and like watching for free, not only you're getting all this amazing like your soul's being enriched by getting to watch this beautiful thing and learning a lot, but also supporting others and being a part of this process.
And supporting the program and like getting like ideas out there of how can I give back, even if we have low resources or there's only 2 of us. Like I always firmly believe in like if God or the universe gave you the skills and the resources, you shouldn't be gatekeeping. You should be passing that on. You should
share that knowledge.
Yeah, you should be sharing it, and that's like we want to create a village system where it's like what's mine is yours and what's theirs is ours, and
that's very Pacific too. Like we're very much about the collective, not the individual as well.
So I reckon the 5th reason is to support the idea of giving back to your communities in whatever way you can, and like you said, supporting Indigenous people to rise up in performing arts, particularly in Wellington, the theatre capital.
Hey,
that's amazing. I could sit here and listen to you guys forever, but I'll save it for the Q&A at the end of the show.
Yes, I can tell it.
What is one message that you guys have for the audience?
That's a little pressure.
I think, Indigenous people are naturally performing artists, and I think that's one reason to support, but also I encourage anyone who feels that they, it's been a while since they were in performing arts, or that, they have this passion, but maybe they've had to put it on hold or they've forgotten it. I think just get back into it. If performing arts isn't your thing, oratory and other traditions like that are very important to us. So I think, get back into performing arts, support it. And like I said before, don't gatekeep your skill, your networks, and your resources. Give back to your community, and it'll be so much more worth it. Yes, it's time. Yes, it's energy. Sometimes it's money. But at the end of the day, like, it's so fulfilling. So don't gatekeep, and we're natural performing artists, so get out there.
Yeah. Nice. I think, kind of similar to what May is saying. I think if you're really passionate about the arts and you feel that fire, I think go after it. I think a lot of times people don't see the art as a real career, or they don't see it as being sustainable, which, not gonna lie, it can be hard to sustain. But, the arts is just more than entertaining people. It's an opportunity to express your identity, to spread awareness about important messages. It's storytelling. There's so much to it. So, don't let other people's opinions of what you should be doing in regards to the arts stop you. If you have that fire and you have that passion, go after it.
I thought I was done, but I'm like, no more questions. What's next? And is it going to happen again, do you think?
That look is crazy. I mean, we definitely want to continue the program, expand it. I think we'll probably still stay based out in Porirua. But
that's not the end.
Yes, but one thing that my dad was very passionate about was, kind of passing on the baton. And this year, writing a whole play going from 3 8-minute sketches, he really empowered us to be the next generation of writers and storytellers. So we were writing the stories ourselves. Dad obviously did some. And then he's also, you know, taking his hands off the wheel a bit, letting us direct more, kind of showing that he's like, you know, I've bestowed on you all my knowledge. It's kind of time for the next generation to pass that on. And also we've wanted to get more Indigenous people behind the scenes, so we've got some stage managers, Reformation and Amy, American Samoa and Māori, and then Nicole, who's coming on as well. And then also we just want as many Indigenous people to be involved as possible, and give them the opportunity to give behind the scenes, on the stage ago. So I think, as we continue the program next year and expand, we just want more people involved, and we want to create more opportunities for people to, get more skills and just be involved in such an amazing project.
Definitely. This is like fully only the start. Like, I'm really looking forward to seeing where it goes and how it reshapes itself.
I'm hearing watch this space.
Watch this space. I always wanted to say that, to be honest.
Watch this space.
Okay, we have one last question / tradition at Voice of Aroha, which is now we're in season 7. We always have the guest, whoever the guest of the show, gets to write and ask a question for the future guest. So we've got the last guest has written a question for you guys today.
Oh my god! I thought you was like, we have to answer the question.
So I don't know what it is. We'll find out.
My God.
Yeah.
Jump scare.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. That's deep.
She said diary. I'm ready.
How can we have a peaceful world?
Oh,
that was a really good question. I think more representation. I think because more people bring more ideas and encourage us to consider our own biases, our stigma, and I think just life is so much more colourful when there's so many different people from different backgrounds. And so I think thinking in context of this play, I think seeing more people in tertiary education from a variety of backgrounds, making sure that we're supporting them to get them to where they want to be. And I think more diversity and more support for people to get there, not just being like, okay, it'll be good to have you, but get there on your own, like fully wrapping
Help
around
them.
people. Yeah.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Such a good answer. How can we have a peaceful world?
Wow. Not to make it all about the arts, but I think it is really relevant. I think, like I was kind of saying before, I think the arts really helps to knock down certain barriers when it comes to having conversations, because I think it can make conversations a little bit easier to have and can make it a little bit more digestible. And not to say that it has to be digestible in order for you to have that conversation, but for a lot of people it can be hard. I think the arts is actually a really central thing when it comes to peace. It creates conversation. It is therapy. It creates conversations. It honestly kind of can be very healing as well. There's so many aspects to the arts that can help, I guess, generate that peace or have conversations that relate to how we can achieve
and so
peace.
probably like investing more in the arts and actually seeing it as something that's so important, because in every Indigenous culture you have like a traditional healer or an orator or a spokesperson or someone that's so heavily part of like performing arts in some way, shape or form. And I think it is therapy, it's healing, it opens your eyes. I think a lot more people need to attend shows, be a part of shows, and invest in them, like you said.
Thank you so much. This is absolutely incredible and so gifted to get to have you guys on the show, and I'm so excited to go see it. Saturday, what is it? Saturday, 6th of February. 7th of February.
7 until 8:30 at Hannah Playhouse.
Thank you. And the a link will be underneath below on the YouTube and everything like that. So go get your tickets, go watch. I'm so excited. We'll see you all guys there. Thank you so much again for having, and can't wait to see it. Absolutely can't wait. I'm so proud and I'm so excited. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Everyone, we'll see you guys there. Ka kite.
Lava.